Tyler Valencia here, president of KIPS. Today I'm back in Manhattan Beach, California with my good friend Jason Dolby, co-head instructor for the Orange Kettlebell Club and president of Dolby Style Fitness. We're going to do the part 2 of our kettlebell basics that we released. We're taking a little breather right now from our filming for our Essentials Kettlebell course that's coming out later this month. So we're going to do a little bit of, it's a drill that Jason's going to show you guys. So Jason, thank you for coming and doing this. And
Tyler,
let's get to it, man.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it, guys. Woo!
Hey guys, last time Tyler was here, we did a little film on the swing and what goes in and out of the basics of a safe kettlebell swing. Now I'm going to share with you a great drill called 2 swings, 1 clean, right? So it's 2 swings and 1 clean. I will demonstrate what it looks like and then I will talk to you about it. So, as you can see, 2 swings as we discussed before, and then followed by 1 clean. In learning the clean, which is just taking the bell and using your body and momentum to get it up to what we call the rack position here. In order to do that, we need the same kind of momentum that we use in the swing. So, when we're able to actually go through 2 swings and create nice momentum and get that feel, it's a lot easier for us to go into that next step, go into the clean, which is sort of that next portion in kettlebell lifting. So again, I want nice momentum. Okay, a single clean just looks like this. But you can see it goes back in the same fashion as the swing does. So for the 2 swings, 1 clean, really use the body to get that momentum. And then we go right into the clean. Makes it a little bit easier to get up. So we'll talk about what goes into the clean in just a moment. But the drill, 2 swings, 1 clean, is very nice because not only will this drill help you become more comfortable with the clean and utilizing our body, creating that nice lever system we talked about before in the swing, but it's also a lovely way to experience the movement of, let's say, a snatch, right? So a snatch would be going back between the legs and then all the way up and overhead. Now, when learning a snatch, if you want to move that far along in kettlebell lifting, it's a little bit more complex of a movement, but in kettlebell sport or even hard style, there's a lot of snatching going on. So in order to feel comfortable with the ability to insert the hand through the window of the handle and also to actually get comfortable with coming down, right? A snatch is back here behind the body and then all the way up overhead. But a clean just comes to here, basically the rack position, right? So in a way, a clean is just a snatch to the waist or a snatch to the chest, as some people would say, right? So it's like half the distance. And what's also cool about that drill is when you become very comfortable with the 2 swings, 1 clean drill, it allows you to feel really, really comfortable with that negative portion of the clean. Also, the negative portion of the snatch, because again, it's just really half of that range from overhead. But sometimes when you're learning something, you don't necessarily want to place yourself in a disadvantageous position or a position that might be a little bit more risky until you're comfortable. So again, right, if I'm overhead and I'm dropping from a snatch, this is pretty similar to what I'm going to experience when I drop from the clean. So beginner drill, great to learn the clean. 2 swings, 1 clean. And then also as a drill to improve your endurance in the snatch, which is again behind the body and then all the way up overhead in one movement, and then the nice drop. What's cool about it, it allows you to work that insertion into the handle and also the extraction of the hand coming out of the handle to do your regrip, and then back into the backswing again. It allows you to work that with possibly heavier loads, right, to train the body's endurance and really get a feel for the nice shift of the body. Okay, we discussed it in the swing where we go back and we're here leaning forward with the upper body, and then as the bell is coming forward, we're shifting the body back. It's a nice lever system. So I'm not just standing straight up and then lifting with the arm and putting extra stress on the deltoid and the rest of the arm, but I'm using my body. So I'm using my body weight to actually shift it. So whether it's a clean or a swing, right, you're gonna see that same thing with a body shift, that lever system. And to apply the 2 swings, 1 drill, especially in the off season for kettlebell sport lifters who want to improve their snatch numbers, it's a very nice way to do that because they're able to get a lot of reps in, and maybe with a load slightly heavier than they normally work out with or compete with. But see, they can do it safely because, again, so basically the clean snatch to the waist, right? So let's go over some ins and outs of the clean portion. So first things we want to remember is that it's basically a swing, but then we're bringing it up here. Now, as we move into the clean, we're going to perform the backswing the same as the swing. So here's a swing. Now the clean is now just taking advantage of that free floating moment of the kettlebell. So during a swing, there comes a point, say right out in front of our waistline or our chest, where the bell is now slowing down from our momentum, okay? And it's getting ready to fall. But in that brief moment, it's basically free floating, right? And this is what we call kind of the golden moment, where we will insert the hand during the free floating moment so that no damage is done to us. In other words, it looks like this, free float, and then I insert. Then it comes back to the body, right? So free float, and then I insert. Slowly, it looks like this. I'm coming up, basically a swing portion here, okay? As I get the bell out in front of the feet just a little bit, like maybe at like a 7 o'clock. If 6 o'clock is right where my feet are, 12 o'clock is straight overhead. At 7 o'clock is where I would start what we call an acceleration pull, where we're using the legs to drive backwards. So we're not just standing up, but we're using the legs to drive backwards. And if we're using one bell, it's quite nice to drive to the opposite side. Okay, so if I'm holding the kettlebell in my right hand and I want to clean it, to go back into the backswing, and then as the bell starts to fall, okay, it's going to come past the knee area here, and I'm going to, at that moment, shift my body weight, my upper body, back and drive mostly off of that opposite side. So right hand kettlebell, I'm driving mostly off of the left leg now, because what that does, it helps shift that lever system backward and also to the opposite side of the kettle side arm. And it just creates a really nice ability to utilize momentum in our body weight to get that kettlebell up to its free floating position. Once it's in the free floating position, right there, this drive backwards is going to take the force that's coming forward and up, and it's going to add a backwards element, so then the kettlebell naturally will just kind of loop into our laps or our rack position. Again, You see that? So I'm not bicep curling it. Okay, I'm not bicep curling it, nor am I going too slow to where I'm not taking advantage of the free-floating moment. And some other mistakes during the clean are to have it come up and over and then smash my body. So we want to avoid that. We want to be safe, right? So what we're going to do is we are going to be proactive, not reactive. It's very important. So being proactive during the free-floating moment means that here's the bell floating in front of me, right? Now, because of my backwards and opposite side shift, the bell is now coming toward me, nice and easy. I'm going to, at that point, actively, doesn't have to be too aggressive, but I want to be quick about it. I'm going to insert my hand into the handle, right? And so you're going to see it go from a position where, as we learned in the swing portion, fingertips, just kind of hanging from the fingertips, maybe a light lockdown with the thumb, okay? It's going to go from that position there to inserting into the window, bringing the webbing of your hand up toward this corner of the bell, right? The top corner. The position we're looking for here with the hand through it, and this position is very important. It doesn't matter if you are doing some serious training for short reps, heavy, maybe you're doing hard style kettlebell lifting, or you're practicing gear voice sport, the kettlebell sport. Doesn't matter what you're using or what type of kettlebell that you're using. This position is a winner because it'll keep things safer. If you're up higher, you have a lot greater potential of having the hand getting pulled back further than it needs to be in extension. So this is really, really stretching the forearm musculature here, your flexors, and that kind of blows your grip out. That's no fun. So if we can learn to do it through the insert and keep more of a neutral grip here in the hand and the wrist, that's going to be huge in energy conservation and also safety. Now, if you're high here and the handle's coming across the center of your hand, there's an issue even if you're trying to go neutral and straighten it out. Because now, this being over here across the palm, I don't get any chance to really stack over the ulna, to stack on the bone. So I have to actually do like a little mini arm wrestle with my wrist to get it up straight. That's gonna blow you out too. So what you want, wow, this nice, even just that. This one's only a 12 kg, 26-pound kettlebell, but you know what? Sitting here in the open palm, bringing it back up, I can really, really feel that through the muscles. So a nice insertion, boom, diagonal position, and the handle will basically be right there, right over the hip of the palm, and then the webbing is right in here on the top corner. And keeping a neutral position, it's very nice. And the way it sits on your forearm is a lot safer than being down here and lower and potentially messing with your radius. And that's not fun, trust me. So, insertion looks like this. See that? Free floating moment, you see that? All right, do it again. Free floating moment. During the free floating moment, I am actively inserting. In other words, bell's here, fingers on it. I'm actively inserting, so I'm slipping through, and you will see that I'm actually proactive in getting the handle to push forward, and now the bell is coming to my body, or my arm rather, because I'm meeting the bell. I'm not letting the bell meet me. If I don't stay proactive, that bell can come up and around and smash my arm. No fun for anybody, right? So if I slip through and meet it, then I let it come to me. And in the course that Tyler and I were going through it today and filming, we talked about the insertion drill and the importance of basically going through some different steps of a drill called an insertion drill. But this here is just to kind of show the 2 swings, 1 clean with a safe insertion. So let me go through the clean a little bit faster now. And I want you guys, I challenge you to try to see the free floating moment. And if you can also maybe play it back and slow it down on your cell phone or computer, that'll be super cool. So you can see free floating moment, and I insert quickly, and then the bell just comes to me. Why is it coming to me? Because of my shift back and away. See that? I insert quickly, I'm proactive about it, whoop, and then the bell comes right to the body. This is what we call the rack position. So I'm relaxed, the bell is against my body, or weightlifting belt, or whatever is comfortable, because people are built differently, right? So not everyone's going to be able to, oh wow, I can just sit here on my hip bone, wow, that's easy. Or, oh wow, like the belt works for me, I can sit right on the belt, whether it's 1 or 2. So being able to listen to your own body and understand whatever position that you would go into. If someone told you you're going to win $1,000 if you can hold this kettlebell up for 10 minutes, right, or 15 minutes, you, trust me, you would find your spot that would work best for you. Very important. And that's what you want to do, is find a spot that the muscles can relax and you can keep it here for a while. Doesn't mean that during your set of 2 swings, 1 clean, you're gonna hang out here for a long time, but you wanna stop and you want to relax, straighten the legs. Because if my legs are bent in the rack position after the clean, I'm blowing out energy out of my quads, right? Out of my legs, no fun. And you won't last very long. So, 2 swings, clean. Ah, see that? Boom, that moment, proactive. I went in, I inserted, I was active, I inserted, I did not let the kettlebell come up and over. And I'm shifting my body, boom, I take advantage of the free floating moment. And it's super important that you also remember the negative portion on the way down, which is bumping it out, and then boom, I go from insertion to extraction, I grab with the fingers, and then just go back into the swings. But this is a super awesome drill, guys. 2 swings, 1 clean, great for conditioning, and also very good to improve, safely improve your ability to go in the handle, out of the handle, and also become more comfortable with the snatch. It's just halfway point of a snatch, but enjoy that, it's a great drill.